welcome in. Trace Minerals, a need.
Where the light at, remind me. If you're looking for it, you know where to find me. No paying for me, so you can't decline me. Can't go to the devil, get behind me. Right, throw it up, yeah. Can't throw it up, yeah. Break bread with our people, we gon' pull it up. If your price too high, you ain't been going up. If you ain't had it, ooh, we you can't run with us. What's the word? Love lie, what's the business? Ooh, we. Can't believe God did it, ooh, we. Love keep me all stripped, ooh, we. Can't believe God did it, ooh, we.
Needs a little more. Is there trace mineral drops? Cinnamon incense. Hi guys, welcome in. Hey guys, welcome in. Hi guys, welcome in. Sorry, my music taste is a little wild. I'm gonna work in a second. We're gonna have a big talk today. Let's get it.
I be in a loop, she be in a loop. Running on the train, don't have to loop. That's how I rap, bro, I'm living proof. How can I lose when we the lose? Still running around the mouth, get ready, got to go, yeah. You can find anything I show up, I ain't even get it yet. Running up a city shit, staying off the internet. Just stay big out, turning in the given time. Personal problems, pillow talking, cause I got rich without it. First thing they should be saying, baby, keep it silent. We ain't even keep it to you. Yeah, okay.
This music is crazy. Now I'm sure this is not on my playlist. This thing is going crazy. Okay, guys. There we go. That should be fine. All right. Happy Wednesday. Hi, you guys. Welcome in. Welcome in. How's it going? Let's see who's here. Hi, guys. Wow, there's a lot of people in here. Wilco, Hama, Scully, Swaggy, Roberto, Augustine. Welcome in. Suni, TWC, Early Bird. Hello, hello. Ray, welcome in. Marky, Henry, Burns, Corsell. Hi, guys. Okay, so if you don't know me, I'm Bridget. I go live 2 or 3 times a day, talking mindset, motivation, personal development, discipline, all the things. Let's see. The questions I get asked the most, where am I? I'm in Mexico, as you can see. I own a consulting business, so I help other people with their businesses. And yeah, 5:47 a.m. in Hawaii, I love it. I just worked out, you guys. Like 3 hours ago, 4 hours ago, but I had Muay Thai and strength training. It was a wild, wild day, so. Someone said, let's scrap. All right, guys. So today, I have a bunch of work to do. Usually I'll just do a co-working session, but there were like a few things that I was thinking about this morning that I was like, okay, we need to have a little talk. So, hi, I love all these comments. Okay, very good. Oh, in Mexico, not New Mexico. Yeah. I love it. Okay, Guys, so if you're here for like business, mindset, motivation stuff, great. If you're not, if you're here for anything like weird, then you can just leave, okay? I don't have time to add a moderator and like go through and block people today, so I'm not gonna be reading through the comments and blocking, but just don't be weird. I'm not here for that, and if you are, then you should go, okay? So with that being said, there was a couple things that I was thinking about today that I wanted to say. And one of the things that is really important that I feel like a lot of people don't really realize is that there's a big difference between your environment and willpower, right? So everybody's like, okay, Bridge, why are you in Mexico and why are you so isolated? And you know, you have the best willpower and you don't need to be like so far away and all of those things. The thing about it is that your willpower is only so strong, right? So if you're trying to accomplish a goal that requires an intense amount of focus, that requires isolation, it is a lot easier to create and build an environment where you're in solitude, where you have stillness, where you don't have to depend on your willpower for success, right? And that's where a lot of people get it wrong. If I was at home right now in Michigan around my family, or in Florida with my mom and my sister and my niece, or in Texas with my friends where I lived for 7 years, or in Chicago where I lived for 3 years, like there's only a certain amount of willpower, and at some point you're going to cave and do these things because we have emotional and you know, mental obligations to the people that we love, right? So if I was in Florida right now, my sister asked me to go to the beach, I would go to the beach with her, right? The willpower can only get you so far. So I say that to say, you guys, like, definitely, if you have a goal that you really want to accomplish, be really conscious of your environment and shift your environment rather than relying solely on your willpower. The willpower will only get you so far, okay? Thanks, guys. I had a couple questions in here about books. I'll just show you the books that are by me right now. I have a stack of books. Oh, this is a really good book too. Okay, I have a couple more, but I'll just show you what I have. This one is really good. This is called The Game of Life and How to Play It. I'll actually read you guys a chapter from this today. It's really good. You're supposed to read one per week, and it's absolutely amazing. So I'll read you guys one from this. It's very good. This one I've talked about a million times. This is the 5 a.m. Club. You guys, go read this book. This is a great book. I didn't realize that I like parables, but yeah, okay. And then this one is a really good book, Ask and It Is Given, Esther and Jerry Hicks. And then this one is actually a Mexican author. I didn't have a bookmark, so I used my necklace. Hold on. I got this book from a local bookstore here in Mexico. It's called Cara Feliz, the bookstore I got it at. And the book is called Soul Wounds. It's actually really, really, really good. And he said this is his first time making a book in English. It was originally written in Spanish, which I think is super cool. But absolutely awesome book. And I have a couple more. The one I'm reading right now is called The Leader Who Had No Title, also by Robin Sharma. Very, very good book. Okay? This one, The Game of Life and How to Play It. I'll read you guys a chapter from this one once a week. Maybe it'll be like a Wednesday thing we do. All right. The Game of Life. Most people consider life a battle, but life is not a battle, it is a game. It is a game, however, which cannot be played successfully without the knowledge of spiritual law in the Old and New Testaments, given the rules of the game with wonderful clearness. Jesus Christ taught what it was, a great game of giving and receiving. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. This means that whatever man sends out in word or deed will return to him. What he gives, he will receive. If he gives hate, he will receive hate. If he gives love, he will receive love. If he gives criticism, he will receive criticism. If he lies, he will be lied to. If he cheats, he will be cheated. We are taught also that the imaging faculty plays a leading part in the game of life. Keep thy heart or imagination with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. Proverbs 4:23. This means that what man images sooner or later externalizes in his affairs. I know of a man who feared a certain disease. It was a very rare disease and difficult to get, but he pictured it continually and read about it until it manifested in his body and he died, the victim of distorted imagination. So we see, to play successfully the game of life, we must train the imaging faculty. A person with an imaging faculty trained to image only good brings into his life every righteous desire of his heart, health, wealth, love, friends, perfect self-expression, and his highest ideals. The imagination has been called the scissors of the mind, and it is ever cutting day by day the pictures man sees there, and sooner or later he meets his own creations in his outer world. To train the imagination successfully, man must understand the workings of his mind. The Greeks said, know thyself. Take care of each moment and you will take care of all time. Buddha. There are 3 departments of the mind: the subconscious, conscious, and superconscious. The subconscious is simply power without direction. It is like steam or electricity, and it does what it is directed to do. It has no power of induction. Whatever man feels deeply or images clearly is impressed upon the subconscious mind and carried out in minutest detail. For example, a woman I know when a child always made believe she was a widow. She dressed up in black clothes and wore a long black veil, and people thought she was very clever and amusing. She grew up and married a man with whom she was deeply in love. In a short time he died, and she wore black and a sweeping veil for many years. The picture of herself as a widow was impressed upon the subconscious mind and in due time worked itself out, regardless of the havoc it created. The conscious mind has been called mortal or carnal mind. It is the human mind and sees life as it appears to be. It sees death, disaster, sickness, poverty, and limitation of every kind, and it impresses the subconscious. The superconscious mind is the God mind within each man and is the realm of perfect ideas. In it is the perfect pattern, spoken of by Plato, the divine design, for there is a divine design for each person. There is a place that you are to fill and no one else can fill, something you are to do which no one else can do. There is a perfect picture of this in the superconscious mind. It usually flashes across the conscious as an unattainable ideal, something too good to be true. In reality, it is man's true destiny or destination flashed to him from the infinite intelligence which is within oneself. Many people, however, are in ignorance of their true destinies and are striving for things and situations which do not belong to them, and would only bring failure and dissatisfaction if attained. For example, a woman came to me and asked me to speak the word that she would marry a certain man with whom she was very much in love. She called him A.B. I replied that this word would be a violation of spiritual law, but that I would speak the word for the right man, the divine selection, the man who belonged to her by divine right. I added, if A.B. is the right man, you can't lose him. And if he isn't, you will receive his equivalent. She saw A.B. frequently, but no headway was made in their friendship. One evening, she called and said, do you know for the last week, A.B. hasn't seemed so wonderful to me? I replied, maybe he is not the divine selection. Another man may be the right one. Soon after that, she met another man who fell in love with her at once, and who said she was his ideal. In fact, he said all the things that she had always wished A.B. would say to her. She remarked it was quite uncanny. She soon returned his love and lost all interest in A.B. This shows the law of substitution. A right idea was substituted for a wrong one. Therefore, there was no loss or sacrifice involved. With God, all things are possible. Matthew 19:26. Jesus Christ said, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. And he said the kingdom was within man. The kingdom is the realm of right ideas, or the divine pattern. Jesus Christ taught that man's words played a leading part in the game of life. By your words ye are justified, and by your words ye are condemned. Many people have brought disaster into their lives through idle words. For example, a woman once asked me why her life was now one of poverty and of limitation. Formerly, she had a home, was surrounded by beautiful things, and had plenty of money. We found she had often tired of the management of her home and had repeatedly said, I'm sick and tired of things. I wish I lived in a trunk. And she added, today I'm living in that trunk. She had spoken herself into a trunk. The subconscious mind has no sense of humor, and people often joke themselves into unhappy experiences. For example, a woman who had a great deal of money joked continually about getting ready for the poorhouse. In a few years, she was almost destitute, having impressed the subconscious mind with a picture of lack and limitation. Fortunately, the law works both ways, and a situation of lack may be changed to one of plenty. For example, a woman came to me one hot summer's day for a treatment for prosperity. She was worn out, dejected, and discouraged. She said she possessed just $8 in the world. I said, good, we'll bless the $8 and multiply them as Jesus Christ multiplied the loaves and fishes. For he taught that every man had the power to bless and to multiply, to heal and to prosper. She said, what shall I do next? I replied, follow intuition. Have you a hunch to do anything or to go anywhere? Intuition means intuition, or to be taught from within. It is man's unerring guide, and I will deal more fully with its laws in a following chapter. Desire is God tapping at the door of your mind, trying to give you greater good. Catherine Ponder. The woman replied, I don't know. I seem to have a hunch to go home. I've just enough money for car fare. Her home was in a distant city and was one of lack and limitation. And the reasoning mind or intellect would have said, stay in New York and get work and make some money. I replied, then go home, never violate a hunch. I spoke the following words for her. Infinite Spirit, open the way for great abundance for Bridget. She is an irresistible magnet for all that belongs to her by divine right. I told her to repeat it continually also. She left for home immediately, and calling on a woman one day, she linked up with an old friend of her family. Through this friend, she received thousands of dollars in a most miraculous way. She has said to me often, tell people about the woman who came to you with $8 and a hunch. There is always plenty on man's pathway, but it can only be brought into manifestation through desire, faith, or the spoken word. Jesus Christ brought out clearly that man must make the first move. Ask and it shall be given. You seek and ye shall find. Knock and it shall be opened unto you. Matthew 7:7. In the scriptures we read, concerning the works of my hands, command ye me. Infinite intelligence, God, is ever ready to carry out man's smallest or greatest demands. Every desire, uttered or unexpressed, is a demand. We are often startled by having a wish suddenly fulfilled. For example, one Easter, having seen many beautiful rose trees in the florist's windows, I wished I would receive one, and for an instant saw it mentally being carried in the door. Easter came, and with it a beautiful rose tree. I thanked my friend the following day and told her it was just what I had wanted. She replied, I didn't send you a rose tree, I sent you lilies. The man had mixed the order and sent me a rose tree simply because I had started the law in action, and I had to have a rose tree. Today, I recognize the abundance of life. I animate everything in my experience with this idea. Ernest Holmes. 2 little pages left. Nothing stands between man and his highest ideals and every desire of his heart but doubt and fear. When man can wish without worrying, every desire will be instantly fulfilled. I will explain more fully in a following chapter the scientific reason for this and how fear must be erased from the consciousness. It is man's only enemy, fear of lack, fear of failure, fear of sickness, fear of loss, and a feeling of insecurity on some plane. Jesus Christ said, why are ye fearful, O ye of little faith? Matthew 8:26. So we can see we must substitute faith for fear is only inverted faith. It is faith in evil instead of good. The object of the game of life is to see clearly one's good and to obliterate all mental pictures of evil. This must be done by impressing the subconscious mind with a realization of good. A very brilliant man who has attained great success told me he had suddenly erased all fear from his consciousness by reading a sign which hung in a room. He saw printed in large letters the statement, why worry, it will probably never happen. These words were stamped indelibly upon his subconscious mind, and he has now a firm conviction that only good can come into his life, therefore only good can manifest. In the following chapter, I will deal with the different methods of impressing the subconscious mind. It is man's faithful servant, but one must be careful to give it the right orders. Man has ever a silent listener at his side, his subconscious mind. Every thought, every word is impressed upon you and carried out in amazing detail. It is like a singer making a record on the sensitive disc of the phonographic plate. Every note and tone of the singer's voice is registered. If he coughs or hesitates, it is registered also. So let us all break all the old bad records in the subconscious mind. the records of our lives which we do not wish to keep, and make new and beautiful ones. Speak these words aloud with power and conviction. I now smash and demolish by my spoken word every untrue record in my subconscious mind. They shall return to the dust heap of their native nothingness, for they came from my own vain imaginings. I now make my perfect records through the Christ within, the records of health, wealth, love, and perfect self-expression. This is the square of life, the game completed. In the following chapters, I will show how man can change his conditions by changing his words. Any man who does not know the power of the word is behind the times. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. Proverbs 18:21. And then it has a little reflection and your turn. So for the reflection, it says, if life is a great game of giving and receiving, do you think you are in balance with both giving to life and receiving from life? If not, where are you out of balance and why? The second one says, many people are in ignorance of their true destinies and are striving for things and situations which do not belong to them and would only bring failure and dissatisfaction if attained. Have you or anyone you know had this experience? And if so, what happened? Sheesh. That one is so real. Guys, I want to talk about that one for a second because I feel like with social media, it confuses people in terms of like what they actually want and what path is for them, right? And I talked about this previously, but this is the difference between signal and noise, right? So there's a higher version, a higher power of you, God, whatever it is that you believe in, Jesus Christ, that is whispering things to you or giving you signals and things to help you, right? To help you elevate, to help you ascend, to help you reach your true purpose here. And when you're given those signals, right, they're very, very powerful if you're tuned into them. If you're not, you might mistake those for things that are with the noise, right? So with social media, all these things, these ideas, people saying, oh, I'm doing this. Oh, I'm doing this. Oh, you should try this. Oh, I'm making money from this. What about this? And it's all this noise that we're consuming. And what it does is it waters down the signals that we're getting that actually help encourage us and put us in the place that we're meant to be, that actually gives us real happiness, right? So if you're watching this, I just hope that you stop to think for a second, like whatever I encounter today or whatever I see today, this week, this month, this year, having the discernment to know what is for me versus what is for other people, right? So how someone else becomes successful or how someone else has happiness or where someone else chooses to live or how someone else chooses to have a family and someone doesn't, like, that's for them. And whatever's for me, I hope it comes and stays with me and I have the discernment to know what's for me versus not. Hi guys, welcome in. I love it, I love it. So much love and support in here. So I was just reading this book, The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel Shinn. This is a really good book and I like this book because it combines a lot of kind of like manifestation woo-woo stuff with like scripture, which you don't see a lot. So I think that that's a really, really cool book to read if it speaks to you. Yeah. What else, guys? I had a couple more things I wanted to talk about today. Yeah, the book is called The Game of Life and How to Play It. Here it is. Yes, indeed. Welcome in, guys. Thanks for all the likes and the comments. I really appreciate you guys being here. Make sure you subscribe. I had a whole list today. I was getting ready and I'm like, oh, I need to say this. Here's a crazy one, okay? And I don't really care how unpopular this is. I know this one might like get people a little riled up, but first, if you don't have a plan or a purpose for your life, for your day, for your week, you're missing out. Okay, you need to get a plan. And I think that there's a higher version of us that can give us that plan. It shouldn't be something that like we just think like, oh, okay, like what will look good or what will sound good. No, like from your highest self, like in your heart, what do you actually want to do, right? How do you want to live your life? And then make a plan and step by step of how you're going to get there, right? Now, granted, the plan will change. That's God at work. We don't need to know how we're going to get there, but we have to have like a direction that we're heading or know what we want, and then have a plan that we're executing on, right? And things will change and adjust throughout then, but you know, not having a plan is a very dangerous place to be, okay? The reason I also say that is because you're going to encounter people throughout life that also don't have a plan for themselves and don't have a plan for you, okay? This goes for business opportunities, this goes for friendships, this goes for, you know, relationships, for everything. If people don't know what they want, then they're not going to have any appreciation when they receive things, right? Because they don't even know what they're asking for or what they need, right? They're not even asking. So if I'm not praying for something, or I'm not meditating on something, I'm not asking God for something, then how am I going to be like happy when I receive it? I could have the biggest blessing walk into my life and not even realize it because I'm not aware or awake to what I actually want and need, right? And I think that having that awareness of like, one, I need to have clarity in my own world, but then also engage with people that have clarity. Otherwise you get into this like spiral of chaos with people where they don't know where they're going and you don't know where you're going, and it's dangerous. Right? It's dangerous. So I would just say like definitely have a plan for your world, and for other people that you let into your world, make sure that they have a plan for themselves and for you. And if they don't, like, don't wait around for them to figure it out. Let them come back once they have a plan. Okay? Hi guys, welcome in, welcome in. The book that I was reading is called The Game of Life and How to Play It. It's a very good book. No, I'm not AI, guys. I'm not AI, I'm just a real person. I'm Bridget. I own a business, a consulting firm. I help people start and scale their businesses, and I also work with enterprise level companies doing process improvement, software development, a lot of fun things. Okay? All right, what else is on my list today? So we talked about environment versus willpower and the importance of that. We talked about the importance of having a plan and being around people that have a plan. Another one I think is so important, and this is more like life, but I sent a message to one of my friends this morning about this, but my parents' friends, I want you guys to think about this, and if you feel the same, let me know. My parents' friends had a huge impact on my life, right? Huge. They're super smart, super hardworking, wellness focused. Like each of their friends kind of contributed something different to my world. Very fun, very adventurous. And what it made me realize is that when you have kids, your friends really matter because that's who your kids are going to learn from and look up to in addition to you. And so I feel like who you choose while you are single, who you choose while you're married, who you choose while you have kids, all those people really matter. And instead of like making friends for convenience sake or random reasons, like I hope that you make friends that are helping you to continuously grow and improve, and that also will be strong pillars and strong teachers in your kids' lives, right? Yeah. I hope that makes sense, you guys. I love it. I love it. Okay, so we had some business stuff to do. I'm working on my courses today. Let's get to business. How's everybody doing? No, it's not tarot. We're here for business. I have a client, you guys, that I just took on for one of my mentorship programs, and she's amazing. We started working together in corporate America like, geez, 14 years ago. I was 18 at the time. I'm 32 now. And she's been actually at the same place the entire time. She's won a ton of awards. She's had a very, very amazing career. Now she's married, she's got a couple kids, she's a mama, and she's building her first business. And so she hired me for my mentorship program to basically launch the business from just an idea. And so I had written a list of questions that help people that are trying to figure out, one, what they should be doing, and then how to actually do it, okay? First, the first question is, what are you good at? So what is it that you do that you have like a natural skill or passion or desire for, that you're just good at it, right? So for me, I'm just good at business. I can help any business owner. It doesn't matter if I'm out at a restaurant. It doesn't matter if I have someone that has an idea of a business. It doesn't matter if I have a business that's already very, very successful, making millions of dollars in revenue. Like, no matter what, I enjoy business, and I have a very, very good skill of helping people with their businesses. That's my purpose, right? My friend, she has one, she's so good at gift giving, okay? And so we're building a business for her based on this gift giving concept, and I'll unpack it as we're going through the questions. But the first question for you to ask yourself if you're trying to figure out what you should do with your life or what your purpose is like, what are you good at, okay? The next thing is, what do you like to do that doesn't feel like work? Okay, and same thing with me, right? When I'm helping people with their businesses, it doesn't feel like work. I can sit here all day and talk to entrepreneurs, talk to people that are wanting to start a business, that already have a business. They ask me a million questions, and it never feels like work. Seeing those aha moments where they're like, oh, okay, and then watching them go apply it it's like fuel for me, okay? So if I never had to make money, or like I didn't have to worry about money, I would just do that all day, every day anyway, okay? The next question is, how can you offer that to people? So now we're bridging the gap between what you're good at, what you like to do that doesn't feel like work, and then how you can offer that to people, okay? Now, for most people, guys, this is business development. If you're not here for it, you can go. There's no reason anyone has to stay here. There's a million things you could be doing with your day. You should go do what you enjoy doing. If you don't enjoy being here, get out. It's okay. All right? Goodbye. All right. The next one that I was saying is, how can you offer that to people? Okay. Now, there was a time where I only did one-on-one consulting, right? Where I would never be on social media. I would just work really, really close with business owners, especially people that already had really great businesses. And then I would help them basically scale that business, right? But what I found is that I can only help a certain amount of people. And then I'm doing and working on stuff where it's more like, okay, how much money do I need to make? And it starts getting like, it takes away from what I actually enjoy doing, okay? So for me, like, how can I offer what I do to people? Being here on social media, mind you, I've grown from 100 subscribers to 5,500 subscribers in like 4 months, okay? This allows me to offer my skills to more people because people see the videos of me talking about business, talking about mindset, motivation, personal development, discipline, all the things, and they end up subscribing for those reasons, right? For business, for fitness, in order to basically grow themselves, right? And those are my people. So for me, I want to be able to offer my skill set to more people, but not have to worry about the money aspect of it. So my Pilates teacher, for example, she has a Pilates school, I want to help her, but she doesn't have the budget of what I would normally charge a client. Because I'm here helping people on social media, right? And I'm, boom, getting more subscribers, I'm monetized. Now I can actually go help people that maybe don't have the budget for it, but still need my help. And I'm basically able to fulfill my purpose without worrying about the money, okay? So I would say start with that. Next thing is, what kind of people need this and what kind of people do you want to work with? Okay. Hi guys, welcome in, welcome in. Okay. I'm in Mexico, guys. That's good. Okay. So what kind of people need your skills and what kind of people do you want to work with? So this has to do with choosing basically your customer avatar. So if you know what you're good at, you know what you want to do, you have to start basically picturing the person that you want to work with so that you can create your business, your marketing material, your content around the person that would actually receive the information that you want to work with, okay? So for me, like, I want to work with people that are already really hardworking, that are doing well, are very disciplined, but at the same time, they feel like there's something missing from their life, that they want to do more, right? That they want to start a business, that they want to grow, that they want to improve. And a lot of people have this little thought or idea that they want to start a business, but they've never done it, and they've only ever worked for other people's businesses, okay? So for me, those are the people that I want to work with because I want to help take whatever idea is in their head and the skill set that they already have, which is staying disciplined and staying focused, to be able to actually grow that idea they have into a reality, right? And that's a skill that I have. I owned a crystal store in Dallas, right? That was my first retail brick and mortar. For 3 years, I had a store in Dallas. And then I decided that I wanted to travel and work remotely so that I could end up opening a warehouse, right? A wholesale warehouse for crystals and minerals. So I sold everything in the store, sized down so I could go travel, and then that way I can, boom, open up a wholesale warehouse later, okay? Guys, I don't know what you're saying, but just so we're on the same page, everything has energy. There's nothing wrong about that, okay? And so if you have a watch, there's a piece of quartz in everyone's watches. And for me, this is wild. Guys, if you don't want to be here, just leave. Just leave. I sell really large pieces, like coffee tables, huge entryway pieces that are like 8 feet tall. If there's something that you have against that, then just go. Just leave. It's okay. All right? Gosh. Okay. And then, guys, I'm doing free business development. I literally have nothing to sell. I have all the clients that I need. Everything is well. I'm here talking about business because I want to be. If you don't want to hear about business or talk about business, then just leave. Okay? These comments are wild. Okay, the next one is, this question. Okay, so it was following what kind of people need this and what kind of people do you want to work with? That's choosing your customer avatar, okay? And then after you've established who the customer avatar is, what will their journey look like, okay? So this is customer journey mapping, and it's really important. It's kind of crazy actually, but I've met a lot of entrepreneurs that have businesses, or even people that have really big businesses, and they don't have like a really defined customer journey, okay? What that looks like in the customer journey aspect of things is it should start from basically lead, or even before lead, like brand recognition, or just someone that has awareness of your company, all the way through to product or service purchase through referral. And then it can turn into another lead, right? So customer journey mapping is really, really important. If you have a business right now and you're not actively using your customer journey, or you don't have one mapped out, definitely map it out. If you need help doing that, I of course have a lot of things for that, but yeah. And then the next question is, how will the customer journey look and feel? Okay, and this is really important because it helps you choose how you do things and what you do. And so if I'm, for example, having a customer journey for my friend that has a gift giving business, we know that that needs to feel like a luxury experience, right? We know that it needs to feel like a very personalized experience. So everything that we're doing is based off the experience, the look and feel that we want the clients to have, okay? Let's see. I'm just time-outing people, 1 second. All right, I'm gonna remove people. All right, if you guys need to go, just go. It's a lot easier for you to leave instead of me having to click and remove you. So, okay. All right, and then the next question, and this is how kind of everything breaks down in a business. How do you attract them, which is your marketing? How do you make money, which is sales? How do you protect yourself and them, which is your legal department? How do you make the experience as easy as possible, which is your tech? How do you build systems to make things as easy as possible for you, which is also tech? How do you build a team, HR? And how do you optimize the business, which is finances, okay? And then how do you improve, which is where I come in, okay? So that's kind of what I'm working on right now. That's everything that's in my courses, that's in my mentorship, depending on kind of where everybody is at. That's how it all goes. Guys, this is crazy. I don't know what's wrong with y'all, okay? But first of all, someone said, how many filters are you using? This is with retouch off. These are no filters, okay? So in case you need to see, I'm beautiful in real life, okay? I'm not AI. I'm beautiful, I'm smart, I'm a good person. If you have nothing better to do with your life than go on social media and harass people, I'm gonna pray for you. You need help. Okay? That is crazy. Absolutely crazy. No! Okay. I'm gonna ignore it. This is where I make the mistake of entertaining it, period. If you guys are here for business, great, stay. If you're not, you can leave, okay? I've been on live for 49 minutes talking about business, reading people books, doing everything I can to help make the world a better place, and people are still gonna say, oh, she's this, oh, she's a narcissist, oh, she's this, oh, she's boring. Like, guys, you don't have to be here, you can leave. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. This is nuts. This is wild. Guys, I'm just a regular person doing business. I told you guys, I run a consulting business. This is wild. Guys, the world, what you seek is what you find. So if you want to seek success, happiness, personal development, motivation, this is the place. If you don't want those things, you can leave, okay? That's crazy. All right, let's see what else we have here. couple of things. Have you guys heard about life scripting? You're, instead of like making a vision board, for example, for the year, I read this thing that was basically like writing about the year as if it already happened. So on New Year's, I wrote about 2026 as if it already happened. So I wrote about it as like January 1st, 2027, and what happened throughout 2026. It was pretty cool. You should try it. Also, if you need help with like vision setting or goals, I have a really, really cool workbook. It teaches you basically what the 10 different areas of life are that you should have goals in. I have a whole YouTube video about it. Actually, you can go check one of my long form videos. There's a playlist in there. And at the bottom, it talks about the links and basically how to do it. But yeah, it would be really good if you guys went and checked it out. All right. Guys, I love this apartment complex because there's a lot of tourists. So they're always just having so much fun, walking around, exploring. It's really cute to see them. I had a good note in here. It says depth of vision. See the future, know exactly what you want, and don't look at things as they are, look at what they can become. I love that. Hi guys, welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. Okay, we're about to transition. I have to start working. So we're gonna transition into, someone said I'm on Google Advice. Honey, I'm in my own notes. Imagine waking up and deciding that what you can do for your day, and instead of like bringing light to the world and helping people or helping yourself, you just choose to like hate on strangers on social media. That's crazy. I'm gonna pray for y'all. I wish you lots of luck. That's crazy. This is fun. You know what? The thing is that I don't think anyone that's doing that is actually like an adult or has money. You're either a child or you're broke if you're doing that, because successful adults don't do that. Yeah. Hi guys, welcome in. Thanks so much for subscribing. I appreciate you guys. Hello, hello. I appreciate y'all so much. It's crazy because 2 years ago I decided to just sell all my stuff and put everything else in storage. Like I sold all my furniture and I put everything else in storage, like my clothes and my shoes. And I've been traveling now and working remotely for 2 years. I'm currently in Mexico. Before this, I was in Cape Town, South Africa. And so it's so crazy because if you would have asked me like 5 years ago if I would be here, I would have said heck no, right? So it all started because I was just getting down a path that didn't feel right, that didn't feel like it was for me. And I kept having this like achy, naggy feeling of like, this isn't the life that I want. And like, I felt like I was gonna get too far down a path that once I was there, like I couldn't easily switch or transition to something else. And so I hope like for someone watching this, if you have a thought or an idea that you should be doing something that's really important to you, or that just feels right, even if other people don't understand it or it doesn't make sense to anyone else but you should do it. You should do it, because I know that when I said I was gonna put all my stuff in storage and travel the world, nobody believed me. And they thought I was like crazy and weird. But that's probably one of the best decisions I've ever made. And your higher self knows and gives you ideas. You just need to listen to them and act on them. So, yeah. I appreciate you guys. Right now I'm in Mexico. I like Mexico, as you guys can see. And, uh-oh, we have a low battery. We're almost done. We're gonna have to wrap up soon. I'm in Mexico right now because of, one, the weather. So my family, I'm originally from Michigan, which is really, really cold. And then I lived in Texas, but as you know, the expenses, like in Dallas, I was paying like $3,500 a month for rent in Texas. And I'm like, why would I do this when I can literally go anywhere else in the world and pay less for a monthly rental and actually get to see the world? So now it's cool because on weekends or when I'm not working, I actually go to explore and do things that I want to do. So if I want to go to a cenote or to the beach or to a new gym, I can. And so for me, like that, you know, I want adventure, so that's kind of my thing. I know that's not everybody's thing. A lot of people don't want to travel, and that's okay too. But I'm just saying that for whatever it is that you want to do it. Yeah. How's everybody doing? Yeah, so I own a consulting firm, guys. What I do is I primarily work with enterprise level businesses. So I have mortgage companies that I work with where we're basically building software development, and helping implement certain process improvement changes, some with AI and some without. My background is in mortgages. That's where I've been for 14 years. But the reason why I do YouTube and my courses is because my real passion is helping people that are brand new in business or newer that want to scale their business, or people that have an idea that they want to bring to fruition. So I love taking a thought or idea and helping to make it a reality with people. So if that's something that you or someone you know wants to do, then definitely subscribe, share my channel. But whatever it is that you want to do, I believe you can do it. And yeah. I love it, I love it. Yeah, if you guys ever want to email me, you can email me at bridget@bridgetmeansbusiness.com. Bridget@bridgetmeansbusiness.com. And like the thing is this isn't for everyone, right? Like not everyone wants to start a business, and I think that that's like perfectly fine. That's not how the world works. Like not everyone wants to or desires that. But also just for personal development and motivation purposes, like if you want to make the most of your life, if you want to improve at all, if you want to grow, it's still a really good idea to focus on the things that I'm saying, even if it's not entrepreneurship, right? I love what Dusty said. He said, honestly, I genuinely want to start a business. Dusty, what kind of business? Yeah, the hardest part is starting. I'm just looking at all the comments here. No, I'm not in Thailand now. I'm in Mexico. I did, Thailand was my first big trip 2 years ago. I spent a month there. It was pretty awesome. Falcon, welcome in. He said, peace and love from Toronto. Thanks for your good energy and mindset. I had a really bad knee injury last 3 or 4 years, so I had to put business on pause. Wow, 2 years couldn't walk, now ready to grow business. I hope you're doing okay, Mr. Falcon. I'm glad. If there's anything that I can help with your business or you have any questions, let me know. I have some really awesome courses too I can share with you. Yeah, guys, this is exactly why I have the courses on how to launch and scale businesses, because there's so many people. But also if you desire to work with me like in a group coaching, you can totally do that too. I have a group coaching actually starting this Monday. So we meet once a week. I go over all the things that you need to know to basically grow a business and also not mess it up. So it's all the things I wish I knew when I started, all the things I wish my clients knew when they started. I love it. Awesome stuff, guys. I love it, I love it. Mr. Falcon, by the way, if you have knee problems, there's this program. It's called the Bend Method by Jonathan Bender. He's a retired basketball player. You should definitely check it out. He's amazing. He helps people that are basically like bone on bone or have really severe weight-bearing knee pain and helps them fix it without surgery. So if you want to fix knee pain and avoid surgery, he's a great guy. Great program. He actually invented his own medical device and patented it. Really cool. Someone said, are you licensed to give financial legal advice? I'm not giving financial or legal advice, so no, I'm not licensed to do either, and I'm not doing either of those things. For my mortgages and my career in mortgages, at any time I was doing mortgages, have always been licensed. At any given time, I'm usually licensed in 10 to 20 states if I'm selling, but right now I'm just training, managing, and consulting. Dusty, this is a really good question. He said, I would like to know, when doing a business, how do you stay consistent with the growth of your business without letting it go down in value? That's really good. So people talk about, and this is one of the best social media quotes I've ever heard, they say that's the difference between working on your business and in your business, right? So when you start working in your business too much, that's where you see that stagnation and where you stop growing, right? Because you're in it, You're basically just maintaining, right? You're keeping up with the clients that are coming in, with the business, with the execution. But because you're not actually working on the business like from above, you're not able to continue to grow, right? So I would say getting and shifting the mindset from working in my business, which means like day-to-day kind of operations things, getting out of that space, looking from above and thinking more of like, okay, how can I work on my business? And this is where the process improvement and the growth really starts to happen, because you're looking at it from like a bird's eye view. I hope that helps. Any more questions? Any more questions? What else? I don't like any bad vibes, so if you're gonna be like bad vibes, I'm just gonna block you forever. You're gonna be hidden from my entire channel. Last warning for people being weird. Okay. Any other questions, guys? Hi guys, welcome in. All right. Yeah guys, I own a consulting firm, so I help other people start and scale their businesses, and then I work with a lot of enterprise level businesses too. So people that are already doing really well, have, you know, many employees, 50 to 100 or even more. And essentially we just do process improvement. So we go department by department, figure out where they can improve and grow. Sometimes it ends in, you know, operations changes. Sometimes it ends in marketing changes. Sometimes it's software development. It just depends. I appreciate you guys so much. So much, so much. Yeah. Jay, I think you should do that. I think that's really a good idea. I have a girlfriend actually that really likes hot dogs, and it's so funny because we're always sending her jokes about it. But honestly, like, it doesn't matter. Whatever you want to do, just do it. Just do it. I never thought I would own like a crystal business. It's not even my thing. Like, as far as when I got into it, I had been asking, basically praying, meditating, asking what my purpose is, asking what I should be doing. And one day I walked into North Park Mall in Dallas, and there was a display of crystal geode furniture, like huge things. Like, there was like a 6-foot coffee table made of amethyst. There was like huge entryway pieces. And right when I saw it, I knew. I was like, that's exactly what I should be doing. That's it. And I wasn't ever into, like, leading up to that, I hadn't really been into like the small things for energy or for healing. I was really into it for the home decor aspect of it, because for me, it's like God's art. It's natural art. And so for me, like, sourcing and finding that stuff, like, where do you even get a 6-foot amethyst table? Right? So having to figure out where to get it, how to get it for a price that like I can actually like get myself. What do you do with it? How do you move it? Right? Where do you store it? It was a really, really fun journey. And because I opened that store, that's what put me in a position where people started hiring me for consulting, because they saw my business doing well, and then they started asking for advice. How do I do this? What about this? What do I need? right? And that kind of led me into consulting and helping other people with their businesses. So I think it's interesting, or like when people like try to put me in a box or judge me or put me in a category like, oh, she just, you know, is doing this and that and into crystals, and like they have no idea. They have no idea. Like I sold $10,000 crystals to people that are putting them in multi-million-dollar homes. Like, and because I did that, now people come and ask me business advice. Yeah. I love this. You guys are so funny. Someone said a hot dog cart channel. That's hilarious. I agree. Gary Vee actually was the reason why I started doing live, because I went and saw him speak at a conference, and he was essentially talking about how people live streaming like the mundane is what he believes is going to kind of explode. And that's because with AI and kind of like where everything is with AI, it's like you don't know what's real or what's not. So just watching people kind of do their normal activities is going to be the thing. Ice Cream, you and I are on the same type of time. He said, I'm aiming, let me read his comment. He said, I'm aiming to make $250K a week while not working more than 10 hours for the whole week. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. Make money and have my time back. But also, Ice Cream, a lot of people don't understand your brain power is also a part of the work. Like, I don't think people like you and I are ever not really working. Like, our brains are always in that space of like expansion. And so technically that's work. Hi guys, welcome in, welcome in. Dusty, I love this question. He said, management with your money outside of your business is crucial, right? Yes. Yes, and where a lot of business owners or entrepreneurs go wrong is mixing like personal and business funds. So first, when you're starting out, you need to have a budget for your business. So you have your normal income, right, and your normal budget for your normal expenses. You also need to allocate a certain amount of money per month to your actual business and how you're gonna build it and grow it and create it. So for example, if I'm starting out, I might allocate $500 a month towards my business budget. And then that way, when I start needing to, you know, have tools, like maybe I need to get a website that requires a subscription, maybe I need to pay for ChatGPT subscription, maybe I need to hire someone on Fiverr, maybe I need to, you know, get copy written or do something. Any of those things you're gonna want to pay for, you need a budget for. Okay, and this is where a lot of people go wrong in business, because they try to basically like DIY everything, and you don't want to do that. So separating the business personal and business expenses, getting a budget that's just for the business to where you can then use that money wisely to move the needle on your business and do it in a way that's really good quality and really good work, rather than wasting time trying to DIY things and then not really getting anywhere, one, because you don't finish the task, or two, because you don't do it well enough to actually like use it or for people to like it. Hi guys, welcome in. Okay, I definitely have to go work, so I'm gonna leave for the day, but I appreciate you guys. You'll probably see a lot of clips of this. Make sure you guys subscribe. I love it when you like and comment everything. Okay, you guys.